What's good, guys? SolgrOnly here from Sports Nerd Web. Welcome to this week's episode of Sports Nerd Web Weekly. Our top story this week, actually, this weekend, December 3rd and 4th, is this year's PSX event, PlayStation Experience, and I'm really looking forward to it. There's been a lot of talk about it. There was a blog post on the PlayStation blog the other day. There's going to be over 100 plus games at the event. There's going to be 6 developer panels. Three of the developer panels have been announced. 3 of them are actually kept secret, and Sony said that they are, quote, worth the wait, end quote. So uh, I'm I'm really looking forward to this to see what we're gonna find out. They've actually already been teasing that there might be some new game announcements as well. Uh, Bungie has actually confirmed that they are going to be at the event, and this is actually a lot of the talk that's been going on in the Destiny community as of lately. The last couple of days. Um, a lot of people in the community are actually kind of starting to throw around the idea, are we going to be seeing anything of Destiny 2 at this event? I personally don't think that we are. From this week at Bungie post, it seemed like Deej was kind of it seemed like he was kind of hinting at a reveal maybe of the Sparrow Racing League event that's supposed to be coming this December. And me personally, I think that's what we're gonna see there. I mean, obviously, I would love to see something from Destiny 2. Even if it's just a 5-second video. Even excuse me, even if it's even if it's like some kind of concept art or something like that. It would just be. I mean, we all know that the game's obviously in development right now. Bungie and Activision themselves have actually both said that the game will come out in 2017. Obviously, a lot of Bungie fans and people that know the history of Bungie are expecting it to be sometime in September. And me personally, I'm kind of expecting Destiny 2 sometime in December as well. Because Bungie has, over their history, that they tend to release a lot of stuff in September. Vanilla Destiny was September. The Taken King was September. The latest DLC we just got a few months ago, Rise of Iron, was in September. So if you go by their past, I think it's pretty safe to say, hopefully we will see Destiny 2 this next fall, September of 2017. But yeah, I personally don't think that we're going to be really seeing anything from Destiny 2 at the PlayStation Experience. I'm pretty sure Bungie's involvement in the whole thing, I'm sure it will probably just pertain just to the Sparrow Racing League. The last event that we had was back in October. It was the Festival of the Lost, and when they first showed something of that, I think it was just I can't remember if they did a stream or something, but yeah, they just had they just put this little quick little video out that showed some of it. So I'm sure that's all we'll get out of them is the Sparrow Racing League. Sony did say that there is going to be. This is what I'm really looking forward to. Actually, they said that there's going to be an inside look at Horizon Zero Dawn, and that game is actually um, it's probably the game I'm looking forward to the most. That's coming out in the near future. Um, I would say that, along with Resident Evil 7 and Mass Effect Andromeda, are kind of the top 3 games on my most anticipated list. Also, I mean, a few months back, I was really getting really hyped over Ghost Recon Wildlands. I thought looked really good. Their showing at E3 looked really good, but then after that, there was like some more footage coming out, and it didn't look nothing like it did back at the E3 events. So I don't know. I'm obviously I think it'll be good, and I'm still looking forward to it. But my hype levels for that one have kind of diminished a little bit. But I think Horizon Zero Dawn looks incredible. I can definitely see it being some I could definitely see it being Sony's next like really big franchise. I can see it being games that are made, games coming out in that series for the next 10, 15, 20 years. It's made by Guerrilla Games. If you don't know, they made all the older Killzone games, so they definitely know their way around Sony hardware. So the game already looks like, even graphically, visually, um, the footage that they have showed of it running looks incredible. Back at the Sony event, back when they announced the PS4 Pro, they actually showed Horizon Zero Dawn running on the PS4 Pro, and it looked amazing. So that's definitely probably my most hyped game on the top of my list right now. That and Resident Evil 7. I think Resident Evil 7 is going to be really good. That one's actually coming out really pretty soon. That one's actually at the end of January. Um, Speaking of which, Capcom is going to be at the PlayStation Experience, because there is the Street Fighter 5, I believe, but there's the Street Fighter tournament that's going to be wrapping up there. There's the Call of Duty tournament that's going to be there as well. So Capcom is going to be there. So I hope that they show some Resident Evil 7, some more footage for that. I think they will. If they don't, I think they're missing a prime opportunity to show, a good amount of footage, to show something that we haven't seen of Resident Evil 7, leading into the last month and a half, 2 months of development. Uh, and Capcom has always been, I mean, the Resident Evil games, were only on Sony consoles, at the beginning of their life. They only recently started coming to Xbox and stuff like that. With like Resident Evil 5 and 6, and then eventually they made 4 for it now. And so they're actually also going to be recording a live episode of the PS I Love You XOXO podcast. That's the famous all PlayStation podcast, hosted by Greg Miller and Colin Moriarty, I believe is his last name. It's a really good podcast. I listen to it a lot at work and stuff. So that'll be neat to see that. To see that recorded live there as well. So um, I've already gone over kind of some of my expectations of the show. As far as Bungie and Horizon and stuff like that. I actually, on one thing I think that we will probably see as well. I heard on a podcast today, actually, I can't remember what one it was, but they were actually talking about this new DLC for Uncharted 4, and that's actually, I think from what I heard, it's like a survival mode. So I don't think I heard anything about a release date. I definitely need to look more into this, so bear with me here. So stay tuned to the channel, for any news on it in the future. But from what I understand, it's kind of like a survival horde type of mode for Uncharted. So that'll be really interesting to see. And I know that they've been working on the multiplayer a lot. Uncharted 4, I would definitely say, is probably going to be my choice for game of the year. I think I think it's going to be the choice for a lot of people's game of the year. I mean, you can definitely make argument for for Doom, even Overwatch. Overwatch, which came out back at the beginning of the year as well. Overwatch has been a phenomenal game this year. You can even make a case for that. There has been a lot of great games that have came out this year, and definitely a lot of them have been in the last month or two. You can even make a case for Dishonored 2. A lot of people have really been liking that. Um, and then if you want to go for like shooter of the year, I think Titanfall 2 honestly has a dog in that race as well. That is a phenomenal shooter, and it really saddens me that it's not selling up to its potential, which is crazy because it's getting all these great reviews. It's already critically acclaimed, and all the podcasts and shows and videos and all, and all the video Twitch streams and all that and all the stuff that I get into. Everyone's talking about how great it is and all this, but their numbers are still, I guess it's just outside of the hardcore. I'm sure a lot of the people, I watch and podcasts I listen to and all that, a lot of it is that 1%. It's the hardcore gamers. So I can see it being on the more casual side. More casual gamers, they're obviously going to go for, the Call of Duties and, those franchises that are a little bit, that are more established, because with Titanfall, obviously this is only the second one that's ever came out in the franchise. So, uh, but like, but like I said before in a video I made the other day, last week or so, how Vince, uh, Respawn Entertainment's Vince Zampella recently said if Titanfall 2 doesn't sell well, he doesn't think that there will be a Titanfall 3, which that's a whole nother story, and that definitely would not be good for shooter fans, because Titanfall 2, it's definitely one of the most smoothest and uh, just amazing shooters. It just feels amazing to control the platforming on it, the shooting mechanics, everything. And I haven't really gotten into the PvP yet. I did play the beta a lot when the beta test that was out a couple months ago. I did play a lot of PvP in that. What I've been playing on it since the full game released is I've been playing a lot of the campaign, and I'm just about done with that. I haven't wrapped it up yet. Once I do wrap up the campaign, though, I will get into the multiplayer finally. So you can expect a full review on that in the very near future as well. Another thing I want to get into in this episode real quick. The other day, an update. I believe it's update 1.1 came out for No Man's Sky out of nowhere, just hit the other day, and it actually is a really good sized content update. Now it introduced a few new game modes. There's still the normal exploration mode, and then it also brought in a survival mode, which I haven't really seen much on it, but supposedly, I think it's just kind of, just what you'd expect from a survival mode. Enemies are harder, a lot more enemies, probably a lot more combat, and probably maybe elements and supplies and stuff like that maybe are more rare, a little bit harder to get. Um, I still haven't. I actually went to play it this morning before work, and the update hadn't downloaded yet on my PlayStation, so I had to do that. So I'm gonna try and get into that tonight. So stay tuned to the channel and Twitter and stuff. For more on that as well. Um, but yeah, okay, yeah, and then the other mode this is the mode that I'm gonna try. The other, and I have seen some video of it already, but it's a mode called Creative, and it's what is actually introducing the base building mechanics to where you can build a home base on any planet. So any planet that you want to set up a home base on, you can build your home base on it, and you can even put like weapon storages and like science like science like kind of vendors and stuff. You can have a farming area. You can even put up storage containers, so now you actually have containers to store a lot of your stuff. I know that was a big problem a lot of people had in the vanilla game, was the lack of like storage spaces on your suit and ship and stuff like that. So now you can actually stockpile and store uh, items and supplies and stuff like that in the storage containers at your home base. And then one cool thing too is when say once you build your base and you have everything established like that, you can still explore. You can still go all throughout space and everything like that. And you can actually, with just a button, you go to the menu and just a button press, you can actually warp right back to your home planet. You can just you can fast travel right back to your home planet, which I think is awesome, because you can obviously definitely get very lost in that universe. Yeah, so I watched Tefty Teft actually stream. It was actually he streamed it the other night, but I watched the video of it on his YouTube channel earlier this morning. So I watched about an hour of that and watched him, check out some of the base building mechanics and stuff like that. And it looked really neat. Like the whole interface and how everything works looked really intuitive, and he said it was actually a lot of fun. A lot of people in his chat said it was a lot like a game called Subnautica, which I've never heard of or played before. So I don't know if you guys, if you've played that before, maybe you know more about it than I do. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to dive into it. I'm sure I'll probably post some videos and stuff of it, and have a review and some impressions of the update on No Man's Sky coming up in the near future as well. But yeah, like I said, the PlayStation experience is this weekend. It's December 3rd and 4th, so definitely stay tuned to the channel for more news that comes out of that. Hopefully we hear about some new games, and like I said, hopefully I hope that we see some new stuff on Resident Evil 7. I'm stoked to see what they show on Horizon. And like I said, as far as the Destiny, is concerned, like I said, I just think it's just going to be Sparrow Racing League. I'm definitely not expecting anything as far as Destiny 2 is concerned. Um, it would be nice, but I just don't think that's going to happen. So, but that's going to do it for this week's episode of Sports Nerd Web Weekly. Thanks for watching. You can follow me on Twitter at SportsNerd48 to keep up to date with everything on the channel. I actually always tweet out when I go live on my streams at twitch.tv/SolgrOnly. And then what you can do right here at the end of the video, you can click the Sports Nerd Web logo in the corner of the screen to sub to the channel for more content. Hit the thumbs up and like the video. If you like the video, I'd really appreciate that, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.